Woohoo! And welcome back to Hex Token channel. We're excited, and of course your host, #Superman. We're excited about what's coming up with PulseChain. It was nice to see Richard Hart doing a live stream today. No real news in there except for mid-May is still the earliest date from the devs. So just a confirmation of yesterday's little video that we put out. But hey, it's getting closer, and we're going to show you some of that today. So really, this presentation today is really for new people. So top 8 things to know before PulseChain launches. So hopefully they'll be use to you. So you definitely want to share it around as well. Just going to check the audio. Audio seems to be pretty good, so we'll go for gold on that. As I always say, go for gold. And so that should be a lot of fun. Let's get into the chat first before we get into the presentation. The top 8 things to know before PulseChain launches. We'll get to that shortly. It's now's in the chat there first, like, woohoo, nice one. Can't wait, says Brazology, absolutely. And I was the first to like. I have the screenshot to prove it, says Brazology. That's pretty funny. You definitely like the video, folks. We want to get the algorithm start moving. Yeah, probably something I didn't focus on so much before. In early days was getting the likes in social media, but we're going to be stepping up the social media and the likes there, so to grow the community. So definitely going to get into that. So very, very cool. Now we're onwards and upwards to 4,000 subscribers. We're at 3,931. So we've got 69 to go till we reach 4,000. So that'll be pretty cool. Get in there and subscribe if you haven't already, and share the video as well. What else we got? Stan now says you have screenshots from my PC. Says bizarrely impressive. That's funny. I took a nap so I can stay up to watch. Lol, says Craig. Now that was an epic one. I retweeted that. You can also see that on Discord as well. So nice one there, Craig. That is epic. I took a 6-pack, so I might not, says it's now. That's pretty funny too. It's okay though. I got more, so we might be good. Might be good. Nice one. Yeah, special welcome, obviously, from the channel. Very, very cool. Don't forget to smash the like button, hit the subscribe, and hit the Discord link. Join Discord. We've got Discord open at the moment, so get into Discord here. Very, very, very cool. And yeah, definitely get in and check out Discord for sure. You can see that the updates come through on the YouTube there with the latest, greatest video. And of course, you can get in there and support that with an emoji. You can put all sorts of emojis in there, so definitely get in and do that. And get into the chat. That's the main thing. Get into the chat, and we're going to have a good feed. We're going to do our best to make this place flourish with the latest information, insights, and of course, if there's cool airdrops and other things on the way, we'll talk about that too. There's also a price chat. You can get in and talk about prices as well. And it's not just PulseX and Hex as well. We'll be talking about other projects on PulseChain, and anything that adds value to the community. We'll look at that as well. So very cool. So get in there on Discord, and the link's in the video description. Nice one. We got this Hex Token. Smash the likes and subscribe. That was me. That was me right there. Craig says, I am thirsty. Will there be refreshments during the stream, or I'll be sharing the beer? I think you should definitely get yourself a drink. I got myself a little cola here, so definitely get in that, or a little Coke, as you might want to call it. Get into it. Mr. Prophet's in house. I might be sleeping before the show starts. Eyes are getting heavy, says Mr. Prophet. Hopefully we'll be able to wake you up as well. I don't do Discord, says Brazology. Brazology has a lot of I love your list. You should do a list one day, Brazology, of the things you don't do. That'd be cool. We could do a live stream on that. Pulse, because often we say things we will do, but we don't have often a list of big things that we won't do. So that's pretty cool. Hexforce says PulseChain launch prediction May 20th. Woo-hoo-hoo! That's a pretty good date, I think. Hexforce, I think you're probably in with a good chance for that for sure. What else we got going? Mr. Prophet says May the 18th. So there's another day, 18th and the 20th there. I am looking to do a sweepstake. So I want to do a sweepstake around the launch date. I've got to get my A to G in that. We might get that in the Discord and start promoting that too. Product reviews in the house. Hey, big shout out, Product Review. Love your channel. Looking forward to it. Nice one, Product Review. Great to have you in there as well. Auto Generations in there. Woo-hoo-hoo. Welcome to the Hex Token Kitchen. Superman, let's get it cooking. Man, that is such a good phrase. Welcome to the Hex Token Kitchen. Superman, let's get it cooking. I love it. Auto Generation. Nice one. Sandeep from India is in the house. Woo-hoo-hoo. Big shout out to Calcutta. And I smell a YouTube video, says Hextex. That's right, you do indeed. This channel needs 12 more likes. Don't be stingy with the love, says Hextex. Nice. Craig says, please hit the like, or I will shave your eyebrows off until we meet the IRL. That's pretty hilarious. What else we got going? Superman's in the house there. Brendan says, just in time, back from the teeth cancellation. Ouch, Brenton. I was glad we saved you from that in some ways. Boy, oh boy. What else we got going? And let me just go. Did anyone clip Richard with drum and bass sound clip? Yeah, no, I did listen to that bit, but no, I didn't do that. There's also his little dance scene as well. He's got his little dance scene. Hardy Hex is in the house. Says hi to the Hex world. Good to see you, Hardy Hex. Yeah, we're growing, man. We're growing strong. PulseChain, PulseX, Hex, it's growing strong. It was the quiet before the storm, as we say. It's coming. Pulse77 is in the house. Says, hey, Super Kiwi. Looking forward to hearing your wisdom, bud. I appreciate that, Pulse77. And that's a good number, 777. That's a very good number. Hey, woohoo! Hey, we got Wom Bazzies in the house. New channel member. Woohoo! Have to do the bow down. Here's the bow down to the member. This is my physical way of saying thank you for supporting the channel. And definitely get into the Discord as well with the link in there and jump in there. Obviously, if it's Hex Token channel members, also have a little extra perk there with a private channel. You can get in that too. So definitely get into that. But big shout out. Appreciate the support. Onwards and up. I think we're one more channel member away from getting another emoji too in the live chat. So very, very exciting to see that. Welcome to the club there at Womsey. Nice one. And it's now also, that's the foreman of the Wrench Club is also excited. So nice to see that as well. Welcome to the members, says Craig too. Here's the Discord link below to join up. Nice. All right, let's get into it, folks. We've said hello, and I'll leave a contents or timestamp at the end of the video, and you'll be able to see that. Hey, look at this. Craig's put this PulseChain half bear there in the Discord. That's hilarious. Oh, nice one. I have to give that a little like, don't I? Bam. And maybe a Superman on that too. Very cool. I've actually got this other one too, PulseChain Superman. That's from the PulseChain project, which is up here. So we might talk about that on another video. But anyway, I'll leave the timestamp at the end. Here we go, folks. Top 8 things to know before PulseChain launches. Let's go. This is for beginners. Introduction to PulseChain. And of course, I love this picture, man. This picture is badass. Richard. And of course, man, look, all the tokens on there. Very, very cool. All right, so we're going to jump over to the presentation. Here we go. And of course, it's the first time I've done an animated presentation, so hopefully you enjoy this too. So we've obviously got Ethereum, a blockchain there. Something like 140 million wallets is rumored there. 10% would be massive if that came out. 14 million would be massive. Obviously, the active wallets is a lower amount, but man, imagine just getting 10% of the wallets over there to claim their airdrop on PulseChain. That'd be pretty amazing. Then, of course, we've got other chains, and of course, there's a ton of them now. Obviously, a lot of Ethereum clones and things like that, but without the system state, unlike PulseChain. Then, of course, we have centralized exchanges. A lot of people still playing on centralized exchanges, doing margin trading. Maybe that's just the way they onboard Coinbase and things like that. This is the way they do it. Crypto.com, Bitfinex, Binance, just all those ones. Qcoin. You name it, they're out there. So just lots of centralized exchanges. But remember, you don't own the keys to your coins on these exchanges. You're not guaranteed to get the copy on PulseChain. It would barely be from the hearts of the centralized exchanges. And well, good luck to that. So really, that's the case there. Finally, we've got PulseChain coming up, of course, 150,000 wallets for PulseX and stuff like that. And got a little bit ahead of myself there. We've got PulseChain coming up there, and of course with yield farming and third-party dApps. So liquid loans, for example, yield farming and providing liquidity in PulseX and yield farming. We've got PulseChain, of course, 150,000 wallets for PulseX, 45,000 for PulseChain, for example, to start off with. That's our starting point. And of course, this is what we're dealing with. So then, of course, we've got the bridges coming in. And that's very important. So you can basically bridge, get your stuff sent from centralized exchange over to Ethereum, or bridge it over from other chains. We've got all that going on. So we've got the one here and there. Also, we're going to have some third-party bridges coming in the PulseChain eventually, and of course the main PulseChain bridge in the middle there. You can see as well. And then of course we've got that going on, so you can see those added in. And then of course number one, we've got Ethereum. And we're going to talk about these, so keep hold of that. Number one is the first one there, and of course we're going to talk about that in the next slide. But number two, we're going to talk about your profit and loss, your spreadsheet. And number three, we're going to talk about your wallets. This is a decentralized wallet like MetaMask, Treasure wallets, and of course we're going to talk about that. And then, of course, we've got some arrows coming from centralized exchange and to other chains. We're also going to talk about number 4 there, and we're going to talk about number 5 and number 6. So you're wondering what those all are. We're just teasing you with those, but there's number 5, number 6 there, number 7 on the bridge there as well, and number 8 there on yield farming. So there we are, folks. That is the top 8, and now we're going to find out exactly what those are. So let's get into the next one there. Top 8 things to know before PulseChain launches. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Here we go. And of course, we've got the first one there, pre-bridge. Pre-bridge, we're going to have accumulate ERC20 tokens. So before the bridge, once it launches, of course, you're wanting to, pre-launch there, you're wanting to update that. Let me just update that quickly. I think that's got the pre-bridge, pre-launch. Yeah, I think that's got the wrong one there. Let me just update that. And bam, that should update. Let's have a look. It should update. Let me have a look there. So cool. That's actually pre-launch. So I've just updated that now. Let me just come out of there. And not sure if that's launched. So that's actually pre-launch there. I've just updated that on the actual presentation, but we'll have to wait and see. And of course, the accumulate ERC20s, 721s, 1155s, you want to get copied, right? So you want to accumulate those before the launch, there. And then number 2. So that's number 1 there. You want to accumulate as many tokens as you can. So whatever tokens that you want to have copied over PulseChain, you need to have those on Ethereum right now, basically in the lead up to PulseChain for the fork hike that's going to happen. So that's the first thing. The second thing, of course, you're going to need to set up a spreadsheet with your cost and revenue numbers to track over time. This includes your SAC balances. Don't wing it. Don't just, don't know what your costs and your revenues are. You really need to think about the fact that whatever you've got, the cost of and the profits that you're making. So don't just think, I remember it cost me about that much, and this is what I'm making. You need to really know your numbers. So it's a good idea to set up a spreadsheet with that. So if you sacrifice for PulseChain, sacrifice for PulseX, know what that cost you, how many tokens you're getting, what the average price was, things like that. Because once obviously PulseChain launches, you'll need to know that. So very important for that. I'm actually going to just let me refresh this quickly. We're going to just refresh this, and the pre-launch there. I just wanted to make sure that is in the proper view. So I hate things when they're not proper. So like I say, we've got the pre-launch there. That's better. Accumulate ERC20s, 721s, 1155s. You want to get copied, and of course set up a spreadsheet with your cost and revenue numbers to track over time, including SAC balances. So obviously you'll have to run that spreadsheet as long as you're hodling the tokens. You're going to need to know what your profits and your revenues are. So very important. Don't just wing it. Don't just very important. A lot of people just wing it and they lose a lot of money because they forget what they actually cost them. Sometimes they might have sold out thinking they were in profit and they are actually in loss. So just take that into account. The other thing, of course, is number 3, get your ETH tokens off the centralized exchanges. If you've got ETH or other tokens, you want to get them off the centralized exchanges, and because they are the ones that own the keys to your coins. You're just playing around with coins they've got on their platform. So you don't own the keys. When you deposit your coins, they get the real thing, and then you get to play with the digital representation. So make sure you get your coins off onto the Ethereum chain. You want them on an Ethereum chain so that you get them copied over onto PulseChain with the block height that gets forked. So that's very important. To get your ETH tokens off there as well. So you're going to have to think about that in the next. So if we've got the launch of PulseChain as early as mid-May, maybe late May, then you need to get that get those on. So you make sort of ensure that you get those copied over, because otherwise you might have to petition the centralized exchange, and they may or may not honor that. Of course, it's all about money at the end of the day, isn't it? So that's the key thing. The other thing is, of course, you want to get off other exchanges as well. When you get off other exchanges, other chains. So if you've got other chains, maybe like Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, and you have got those, you're not going to get a copy of those tokens over on PulseChain. You need to get those either bridged over. So if you've got some Matic on Polygon, get that bridged over to Ethereum. And so you got Matic on Ethereum. If you've got BNB, do the similar. So that sort of stuff like that. If you've got tokens that you don't think are going to move in price, you need to consider, is it better for me to maybe get some Hex or maybe get some other ERC20s that are going to probably get priced up? So you need to think about that sort of stuff. You need to transfer it to your own wallet as well, where you own the keys to your wallet, like a MetaMask, a TrustSwap, or something like that. You need to have them in a wallet that you have. And the main thing, of course, is that you need to have the tokens on the ETH chain in a wallet that you have the keys of. That's pretty much the bottom line. That's to benefit from the airdrop. So it'd be a shame if you had tokens on other chains and you weren't going to get the benefit, or on a centralized exchange, and it's unlikely, in my view, that you'd get it other than petitioning the exchange for it, which could be a tough call, right? Even though you do own the coins, it's going to be a hard yes. It's just much simpler if you have the tokens on your wallet. So that's pretty much it. So the first one there is pre-launch. Accumulate ERC20s, 721s, 1155s that you find attractive. So NFTs and things like that you think are going to do well. Number 2, set up a spreadsheet to make sure that you've got a good profit and loss as well. Don't just wing it. Make sure you've got control of your numbers. And it is basic math. It's just volume times price. That's your revenue type thing. And you minus that off your costs, right? So and then you find your profit, things like that. So sometimes the exchange rates might also be important to you, depending on which country you're in and stuff like that. But if you're in the US, it's just the US dollar. The other thing, of course, make sure you get your tokens off centralized exchanges before the blockchain launches and the block height, whatever that is going to be. So maybe before mid-May or late May there. So that's the other thing. The next one, of course, is number 4, practice on testnet, PulseX, bridge, and validators. We do that a lot on this channel. We play around with the testnet a lot, and that's because it's fun to do. That's because it's a great way of getting used to the testnet, and getting used to PulseChain key apps, as it were, like PulseX, the bridge, and validators. So it's very important. PulseX on there, you're going to be getting used to doing trading. You're going to be able to used to setting up your trades there. You're going to be able to get used to providing liquidity. If you want to do that, that's optional. And of course, if you provide liquidity, you're going to be able to get LP tokens from that, which are ownership tokens for your liquidity, and then put those into farming. And of course, you're going to be able to get used to doing that. And then of course, you'll be able to also, if you've got PulseX, or maybe some other token that gets nominated, you'll be able to put that in the pools as well. So those are the 4 functions: trading, liquidity, farming, and pools at the moment that are on there, so you can get used to that. The other thing, of course, is the bridge. You want to get used to bridging stuff over from Ethereum through the bridge there to PulseChain and back again. And of course, you want to be able to get used to the validator staking Pulse, if that's what you decide to do with your Pulse. Obviously, there's other options going to be there. So that's number 4. That's all the 4 things you should do pre-launch. Now we're going to look at post-launch but pre-bridge. So this post-launch of PulseChain. So after PulseChain's launched, maybe after mid-May, if that's the earliest date, when it does actually launch, but pre-bridge. So before the bridge opens up. So basically, you're going to have number 5, pre-bridge, estimated 1 or 2 days to trade before the ERC20 stables price up to PRC20. So that's very important. Do nothing or be careful is the way to go. So do nothing or do careful. Double checking that. Yeah, so you want to either do nothing, you don't want to ratio trade at all, or you want to be careful timing your ratio trading, because obviously at the beginning it's going to be very uncertain, and then you want to maybe wait for a little quieter period in that 24 to 48 hour period to see where the ratios start landing. Maybe they'll land quite high, that could not be in your favor. Maybe they'll land quite low at some stages, maybe that might be in your favor if someone decides to sell a lot of Pulse, for example. Maybe a very large account, maybe that might give a little window of a lower ratio into PulseX or Hex or something like that as well. Remember, Hex is going to be harvested, so that means there could be, I estimated 9 billion Hex in there from the Pulse harvesting, and obviously that's an issue with the ERC20s are getting copied over. They're all going to be harvested by the AMM bot, so there's going to be about 3.2 trillion Pulse, up to 3.2 trillion Pulse in the pools, in addition to the Pulse that's held by the public, which is about 12.3 trillion. So just remember that. Whereas PulseX and Pulse won't have those issues. They'll be set up, and of course you may be able to get a good trade rate on those too. So that's important. So we're going to have different trade ratios between Hex and obviously which has all the Pulse in it versus Pulse, and of course PulseX, which doesn't have the same issue versus Pulse. So it's going to be interesting to see that ratio trade. Obviously testnet, we've seen somewhere between 2.5 and 3.5 on that using testnet, but once again those are fictional numbers. When the real market happens, it's going to be game on, right? Game on. So we'll see how that goes. We'll find out what supply and demand is in real time. So that's number 4 there. You can either do nothing, which is what I am doing, I'm not doing any ratio trading during that thing, at least as far as I know. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do that. Or be careful timing ratio trading there as well. It's possible. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm going to do it. I was thinking of one thing, but there's what probably won't be doing that, which is I've obviously got a bit of liquid Hex. I'm not going to trade that, so this is probably going to keep that in my view. Right, so be careful with the timing of the ratio trading. So that's the key one there, the timing. That's post launch. Number 6, consider accumulating Richard Hart tokens and consider some good other PRC ones as well, like SHIB top 50, 100 with likely price appreciation. So 2 different things there. Consider accumulating. So what you want to do this is pre-bridge, remember. If you do have tokens, maybe PRC 20 ones, you want to trade over to that. If you get the opportunity, you can do that. Obviously, if you've got PulseX, you can do it, Hex and stuff like that. Then you could do it. So if you want to accumulate Pulse or accumulate PulseX or even Hex on Pulse, that's the time to really consider it. So accumulating RH tokens. Remember, the whole PulseChain set up to pump the Richard Hart tokens, but obviously it's a benefit to everybody that goes on the PulseChain because it's super fast, super cheap, and of course the biggest airdrop, biggest yield farming, and of course fastest way to mass adoption. So it's pretty powerful stuff. And so RH tokens, but there are plenty of good PRC tokens like SHIB and other top ones that are likely to get price appreciation. So you could like to try and get a lot of volume of that. Maybe some people in those communities that get airdropped them, they don't value them the way they should, and they sell them early. And I expect to see a lot of that. And then, of course, you'll be able to pick up a lot of volume there. And, of course, just wait your time out until the market does its thing and on price appreciation. So it's going to be pretty cool. So that's number 6 there. Number 7, of course, is post-launch, post-bridge. So after the launch, maybe mid-May at the earliest, post-bridge. So after 1 or 2 days, the bridge will open, and this is number 7 here. So number 7 is save and bridge dry powder. So if you are going to be saving up some fiat, for example, or saving up some passive income from crypto, or whatever, however you're going to get that dry powder, get that saved up, get it allocated, and get ready for the bridge. And of course, you can bridge that over on the bridge. And of course, we've done that many times over on there. There's a good chance we have third-party bridges as well, not just the official chain. And of course, some of those may be swap bridges like Power City. So there's a good chance for that as well. So you'll be able to bridge over dry powder to buy your favorite tokens in the first few months. So why I say the first few months, as I said earlier in today's live stream, that's typically when you get the lowest price but the highest risk. And of course, that's when you have a chance of getting the most volume. As time goes on, as the chain gets de-risked, as more people come in and use the chain, as adoption increases, as utility increases, as value increases, of course, that starts to reverse, just like Bitcoin, and then the price gets higher, but the risk gets lower. So that's kind of what you see over time. So that's what I'm saying. The first couple of months typically offers you the best opportunity. Obviously in Hex we saw that, and in most tokens you see that. Most good tokens that have good tokens, you see that as well. Obviously Ethereum started at 33 cents, and of course went all the way up to 4,800. So you can sort of see the idea there. So the same idea with Hex, of course, started super cheap, and then ended up getting pumped in April about 4 months later. So that's what I mean. The first couple of months, very important to accumulate volumes. And of course, as we say, a lot of the factors that there's only about 45,000 Pulse wallets, and we know that there was about 150,000 Pulse X wallets. And of course, so we've got demand for Pulse X wallets. We've also got all the C20s getting copied over. So there's going to be people that will have access to PulseChain. They're on Ethereum because of the airdrops, and they'll be able to switch some of those in potentially. And of course, then we're going to have the bridge open up, and then we'll potentially have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people over, say, the next 3 to 18 months come into that time zone. So pretty big deal if you think about it. Now, we did talk about the fact on the chart there, there's 140 million wallets. So, you can see just on that chain. But there's also not just going to be ETH chain, there's also going to be all the third-party chains as well. So it's very important. So once again, low risk, high risk, and then later high risk, low risk, high price, low risk there. So low price, high risk, later higher price, lower risk. So that's what we're expecting to see there. Number 8 is our final one. Earn yield and low risk opportunities. So not only have we talked about getting more volume, basically if you think about all the strategies we've had so far, it's about getting more volume. So getting your ratios, getting your volume set up. in your portfolio. So this is what we've got pre-bridge. We've also got number 7, post-bridge is also getting more volume by bridging over dry powder over there as well. Maybe it is on a third-party chain. Maybe it's a passive income that you get. And of course, you can DCA in over, maybe 6 to 8 week period or 12 week period with that passive income and accumulate more volume. Then the last one, of course, is the yield. Another way of getting that, of course, more volume again is by earning yield on low risk opportunities. Something like the validators, maybe liquid lines 4 to 8 weeks later after PulseChain launches. The yield farms, of course, on PulseX with liquidity provision. Obviously, there's the impermanent loss issues. You have to take that into account. Particularly where pairs don't move together, as the case, and of course trading pairs that is, and then pools as well, which is it's a pretty safe one there too. That is one-sided staking typically, but that will be probably relatively limited. Just depends on the number of pools being staked there towards, and of course if there's any limits applied. Now, I did think Richard got asked a question today in his live stream about the pools and the limits. I'm not sure if he was aware. It seemed odd that he wasn't aware of the 10 million limit there on staking. So we'll see what he comes back with around that in due course. So that there is the top 8 things to know before PulseChain launches. And of course, you can see that that's where it fits there. So number 1 is the Ethereum there. So number 1 is accumulate ERC20s, 721s, 1055s. So you can see that here. That's number 1. So accumulate your tokens on the ETH chain. Number 2 is set up a spreadsheet. So you can see number 2 is a spreadsheet there to keep track of your profit and loss. And number 3 is get your ETH tokens off centralized exchanges and other chains. So get them off the centralized exchange into your decentralized wallet like MetaMask or Trust Wallet or something like that. So you can get that off there. That's these 2 lines here going into the wallet there. So get them off. Number 4, practice on testnet PulseX bridge validators. So that's number 4 here. Practice using all the tools as well. And number 5 there, pre-bridge estimated 1 or 2 days. So you've got number 5 there. You've got pre-bridge. Pre-bridge estimated 1 to do ratio trading. So you can do ratio trading in PulseX. So that's number 5. Number 6, consider accumulating RH tokens and consider other good PRC ones. So it's number 6 there. Buying some, trading for some of the better ones pre-bridge. And then number 7 there, post-bridge save and bridge dry powder. That's number 7 there, bridge over your dry powder there. Maybe some passive income DCA over the first, say, 4 to 12 weeks. And then number 8, earn yield and low risk opportunities, validators, liquid lines and stuff like that. Number 8 is over here in the blue. So that's kind of matching those all up together. Very, very cool. And so that's the top 8 there. That's the 8. The top 8. I got top 7 there. But it's top 8 things to know before PulseChain launches. So very, very cool. That is the answer to that one. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. As just a quick one there for people that are relatively new to PulseChain. There's top 8 things you should know before PulseChain launches. Very, very cool. Let me know in the chat what you think. And of course, if you think there's a couple of other things that people should know about as well, that's always helpful to share that. Sharing is caring, as I say, from the community. So very, very cool. All right, cool. We're going to get into Discord as well. Don't forget to hit the link below and you'll be able to get into Discord. I see Craig's already in there with Richard's little dancing, twerking or something. So that's pretty hilarious from Craig. Nice one there. So looking good. All right, let's get into the chat. Say hello as well. We're going to put this on the Hex price. We're going to jump over the Hex price there. Have a look there. Gwei at 33. Gwei's been not too bad lately, has it? Gwei's not too bad at all. There's our Hex chart at the moment. So we're going to get into that shortly too. Let's get into some of the comments though. Charity's in house. Hello, good night all. Too late for me. Until next time. Hey, Charity. Appreciate that. And we'll see you in the next side. What else we got going? We got Get Hex in as well. Good afternoon from Queensland. A big shout out to the Aussies over in Queensland. And Wamsy's in house, thanks. Join the Discord and added some boost too. Oh, you did. You boosted. Oh, wow. Okay, you boosted. So I think the boost is pretty cool. Let's have a look. I think we got the boost. Where's the boost on here? I think we had the boost here. Server boost. Let's see where we're going. Wow, we just hit number 1 there. So big shout out. We had 3 boosts on there. So a big shout out for boosting the server. And what that does is it unlocks all these new perks. So this is all unlocked. 50 plus server emoji slots for a total of 100 now. Awesome. 15 plus sticker slots. So we've got those. Haven't added any stickers yet. We've got emojis already, some of those added. So we've got up to 100 now. And our bit audio quality has jumped up. I think it's double now. It was 56 kilobytes for audio quality. It's now up to 126. Animated server icon, cool. Customer server invite background. Stream to your friends in high quality, and which is a big one, so that's really great. And then 3 days archive option, so very cool. The next one, of course, is moving up to level 2. We need, I think we need 7 more. Yeah, we need 4 more boosts for level 2. So if you feel free to boost the channel, definitely do that as well. So that's on Discord, and then we're going to unlock all these extras here as well. So that's really, really cool for level 2. So onwards and upwards. The Discord is really starting to grow, so get involved, folks. 116 people now. We're going to hit the next target is 200, so really, really cool. Nice one there. It's cool. Let's get into the comments there. We've got Alex in there. Woo-hoo-hoo. Hey Alex, good to see it. Nice presentation there, Superman. Very fancy. Hey Brendan, appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going to take that to one more level. That's level 2. I'm going to take presentations to level 3 next time. It's been a while since I used animated presentations. I used to be a master of those, but it's been a long time. So next time I'm going to go level 3 on those presentations next time. Richter says, what's the new airdrop for Hex Token called? It's well, there is one here, but we haven't vetted it yet. So there's one from hex.info. And we just haven't checked that yet. So get ready, stakers. Once we have a look at that, we'll probably talk more about that. Rex Industries. Let's have a look here. So Rex says thanks. Is that the one doing the snapshot on the 20th? Yeah. So there's one there for the 20th there, Rex. We do appreciate it coming in and giving us heads up on that. Austin says, do you have any example of a spreadsheet you can share with us so no one wings it, please? Yeah, I'll actually look at doing that of Pulse 77. Maybe not tomorrow, but maybe the day after. I'll keep that on the list there, Pulse 77. That's a good idea. No snapshot. It's at a fork, and we don't know when it will happen. But I am pretty sure it's not on April 20th. Stay tuned. So it's now. Okay, cool. Appreciate that. So now will keep us up to date on that possible fork there. John Rambo's in the house with 3920. Oh, really? We're up to subscribers 3,900. No, we're 3,931. Oh no, 3,932 subscribers. So definitely subscribe, folks. That's the way we go. DB says, I'll trade some of my PLS for PLX if the ratio spikes over 10. I'm sure. I think a lot of people will get in for that. That's for sure. I know that I would be getting into that. That's a big deal. Now there's going to be something like 133 trillion Pulse versus about 122 trillion Pulse X. But of course, the Origin account owns about 90%, if I remember rightly, of the Pulse, and about 77% of the Pulse X from memory. So I just kind of consider itself off the market. So if we get to the public amount, we're probably sitting at about probably 12.3 trillion for the Pulse in the public hands. That's the non-OA, and probably around about 17 trillion for the PulseX public hands. So it's definitely more PulseX from the public hands, despite the OA's lower percentage amount. But of course, with the Pulse side, we're also going to add in up to 3.2 trillion for the AMM bots, which is going to go into the pool. So if you add that to the 12.3, you're up at about 16.4, something like that. And that doesn't include the 1% for the Pulse team as well. Which I imagine is going to be pretty similar to the OA. Maybe some of it will be sold to pay for some salaries, possibly for enhancements. We don't have any expectations for work of others, and we haven't actually, I don't think we've seen that yet in the actual sacrifice balances or the Pulse balances or something. So we'll see how that goes. Rick says that's what I was talking about. Nice. All right. Well, we'll talk about that later off in the Discord there. What's the ratio for holding USDT for the Pulse copy? No one knows. Get Hex. No one knows. No one has a clue. We will find out. That's what I was after. Nice. All right. So let's jump through some of these. What else we got going? Brownie says, great tips. There's Mr. Superman. Thanks for that, Brownie. We're going to jump over to the price there. We'll come back to Discord, but we'll get into the price there. Can you clear that chat from a bottom screen? Oh, right, for the chart. I apologize about that. Great one. I've accidentally left the chat up there. I'll try and I'll leave the presentation in the video description, so you'll be able to check that. But I've got to remember to remove those comments as well. The tips were great, but could not see last point, says Great White. I will post the link in the chat there. Let me just do that now. You can refresh, of course, and you'll be able to see the presentation in the link. So let me just copy that and just put that in the chat there. Let me just go in and add that in. Push that in there. Right, today's presentation. Cool. And I'll just put the copy of that and add that in. All right, so that's saved, and we'll add that in there. Cool. All right, nice. Let me just about add it there. Cool. And we're going to go over there, and we're going to click the save there. So if you refresh the YouTube, you'll be able to see that in about a second. Yeah, go. You can refresh now. Just posted the link to the presentation in there for sure, so you can see all the stuff there as well. So cool. You can see that, and you'll be able to see that. Cool. All right, nice. And we're going to jump over to the Hex price there, 12 cents at the moment. Not too bad. Red Squirrel's in the house. Morning, all. Red Squirrel. Good to see you. J-Man as well. Hello, all. Nice one. We got Wamsi says, my birthday is in May. So PulseChain launches in May. It will be the best birthday gift ever. That sounds awesome, man. I know a couple people are picking their birthdays. They're coming up for the launch of PulseChain. So a few birthday presents around, I guess is the way we're looking at it. Aiden says, hey, mate, great show on all the info on the PulseChain launch, the best ecosystem in crypto. So thanks, mate. Keep up the awesome content, my bro. Cheers. Hey, Aiden. I appreciate that a lot. So big shout out. Nice one. All right, so that's a pretty good place there. We're going to get into the Hex price here. 12 cents, what we're at the moment. 12 cents, rocking and rolling with the 12-cent mark there. Let's pull out the full chart here. We're stuck in this triangle, and we've been there a while now. So we're just waiting to bust out. We keep bouncing around on the bottom here. Our defense line here between 10 and 11.5 cents. We bounced off it, thought we were going to get into this bullish zone here, this 15.5 to 18.5 cents, but we didn't manage to stay there. We touched it a couple of times, didn't stay there. At the moment, we are down at 12 cents and just waiting for the time zone. Obviously, Richard's live stream yesterday, which we covered, and live stream today, which he repeated himself about mid-May at the earliest date that his devs have given. You've still got to be a bit pragmatic about that and say maybe it's going to be late May. So that's the other thing you have to take into account. So we've got the launch line there is in the blue there. So that's the one that we're looking at the moment. So obviously we're going to look to try and bust out of this upward resistance here as well. So we want to break out of that big resistance line in orange there. And at the moment I've got that at around about 16, 17 cents, but we'll see how we get on. Man, we could blow. I have a feeling, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I have a feeling we could blow out of this with a 10-cent day, right? We might get it. Who knows? Who knows who's lurking in the wings there to be buying Hex at this stage to push that up. But I imagine we're going to get some, when it does happen, we'll get some pretty big green candles that push us out, and it'll be over. The train will have left the station. We're just waiting for that day at the moment, obviously drifting sideways here for a while now, since March. We've been earlier February here, just drifting sideways. So waiting for that. Now we've got some key milestones here as well. We've got the end of the official sacrifices that was back there on the 6th of April, so we've just passed that, and of course just drifted down there again. So we're waiting for it to move on there. I don't think the DMI is looking any particularly in our favor. It was looking in our favor. So we had the buyers up here. I was kind of optimistic at that stage, but unfortunately we've pulled back, and the sellers have taken control there for the moment. So just switched around there for the moment, and the momentum has gone down to 21. So definitely out of trend. 25 is the trend. Whatever's dominant there, if it's the buyers or sellers, 25 is the trend. But of course, we have got that at 21. So really uncertainty at the moment, but definitely sellers just taking a little bit of edge there. We'll see how we get on in the next few days as well. The RSI, is also at 43, so we'll see how that gets on too. This is on the linear chart. Remember, it's not the log chart. I only go to log chart every so often, but that's what we're at the moment. 12 cents, just skimming around the bottom there, and that support range really. We can see that we're trying to get us back here on the log scale on the Hex chart. So you know, what is what $1 will look like on a log scale. And you can see, so that's what we're waiting to see move up to $1 or so. Maybe not before the fork, of course, but maybe this year is definitely possible. And we've got two chains, right? So let's say maybe 50 to 60 cents on both chains. That's kind of where we're at this stage to try and see where we get there. Richard thinks that Hexes on Pulse chains will be slightly more expensive just because of the cheaper, faster fees. So we'll see that with staking as well. So we'll see how that plays out as well. I definitely think the APY could create arbitrage opportunities for big investors on ETH chain, as well as not just the Pulse chain there with the retail dominance as well. Market's looking not too bad. BTC's power back over 40k, ETH over 3k, so that's really nice to see that, and I'm pretty stoked about that too. We're going to have a quick look at Maximus, so we're going to launch the app there and go for gold. Now, someone asked earlier about this, so we're going to have a quick update and see where this is going. We have to switch over to the ETH chain for this, see where Maximus is. So we will do that. So look here, we've got a couple comments here. Great White says thanks, much appreciated. Says Great White, you're welcome. And Red Squirrel's in there too. What else? We got Tom Tank Crypto's in the house. Peace. You can see him. Francis is in the house as well. Hello, and lots of love from Francis. I love Jesus. Good, always good to see Francis in the house. All right, so we're going to let me know in the chat if you've used Treasure to interact with the Maxi contract. Let me know if you've done that, and if so, what prompts did they have in terms of your public keys. Let me know in the chat there for that. That'd be useful. All right, cool. Okay, so we've got 65 million. Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. 65 million. Can you believe it? Is that crazy or what? So we're on, what's it, day 4 now? Day 5, 6, 7, 8. Day 4, and we're up to 65 million already. And of course, this is going to last for what, 14, 15 days? Last day is day 7, 9. So it's another 11 days, isn't it? So wow. 11 days after that. So we are doing pretty good. 65.555. There's lots of 555s in there as well. That's pretty crazy there on the Maxi. So pretty crazy stuff. We got the treasury there, $7.8 million so far it's in there at the market price of 12 cents. Obviously, if Hex goes up, then treasury value goes up as well. And very cool. The last day is day 879 of the Hex journey. We're currently in, this says 868 on here. T-shares there. Okay, so this wasn't going to be calculated. This is the first time I've seen this. This wasn't here earlier today. It looks like they've added a T-share estimate there. So that's why they got the estimate, EST for estimate, because the actual T-shares won't actually be in place until they do their stake. So the stake's going to occur on day 880. The minting phase is going to end on day 79. And so day 80 is the start date. And then, of course, 2.2 years later, 5,505 days later, it's going to be day 6435 when it matures. And that's when people will be able to redeem. So the redemption of their Maxi back to Hex. But of course, at the moment, Hex and Maxi is a 1-for-1. But in the future, of course, there'll be a whole ton of Hex in there and Hedron. And so one Maxi will be worth many Hex and many Hedron as well. So it's going to be fascinating to see that play out over time. It's always exciting to see new innovative products, especially stuff that stakes Hex for 15.2 years. We've got to love that, right? And like I say, if we have if circulating supply is about 2.5%, if it's that low, and Gun to the Counter kind of indicated that on Cabana Crypto's YouTube channel about a week or two ago, a couple of weeks, then that would be about 15 billion Hex, and that would a 150 million Hex stake would be about 1% of circulating supply going off on both the ETH chain and Pulse chain. That's pretty awesome. Anything that's getting a lot of Hex off the market, that's just more pumpamentals for the medium long term, right? So the more that's off, the better that is, and so it's going to be exciting to see that as well. So I'm pretty stoked about this. It's a win for Hex and win for people that are in Maxi. I think it's a win-win idea. So cool like that. Obviously, the other thing, of course, is you get bigger pays better, right? If you're a small retail holder, then you're going to get bigger pays better with the Hex stakes, and that 150 million is 10% more 10% more effective Hex there that you would get there. So it's a pretty big deal on that. So nice. and they've estimated the T-shares at 9,348. And as I think I said to you that if it was 150 million, I estimated that was about 18,500 or something like that. So we'll see what this T-share estimate gets up there. I'm not sure what they've based that on. It would just be worth putting the 65 in there as well. We can actually put that in the Hex Calc. I'm not sure if I've got Hex Calc on there. Let's have a Hex Calculator, Hex Calculator Crypto, and we can actually put that in the Hex Calc. Let's see how close this is, this number that they've got there. So we're going to go to Maximus. We're going to take that total amount of Hex. We're going to put that in, and then we're going to go 55555, 5555. Oh, not too many fives, and we're going to calculate that. So 9347, and what does it say? 9348. So that's excellent. Well done. Woohoo! That's nice, man. So that is an accurate T-share calc, and we've got that here as evidence that we have as well. So that's pretty awesome. This is conservative. These numbers are conservative too, but just gives you an idea. This excludes Hedron and is at the current price of Hex, and also the volumes based on conservative value of Hex per T-share, and Hex per T-share at the moment is about 6. But in the future, by the time this gets to gets to maturity, the payouts could be 50, 60 Hex or more. I mean, it's just no one ultimately knows, but that's kind of up in that ballpark. And of course, there'll be a lot less T-shares around, like a lot less T-shares. These T-shares will be incredibly rare, relatively speaking. So it's going to be fascinating to see that. You're going to have the Hex Godwell, of course, with its 143,000 to 149,000, I think it was. Yeah, 149,300 T-shares coming out before this stake is coming out. So it's going to be fascinating to see that as well. So cool. Nice stuff there. So exciting project for sure. And of course, the maxi price will trade up below and above the treasury price. But the max price should start moving away from the Hex price as more Hex and Hedron goes into the treasury. That should happen on average over time there. So cool. Very nice. Now, one other thing, of course, in the 8 things to know is to play around. We had number 4 here was pre-bridge practice on testnet PulseX bridge validators. So we've got PulseChain here. We've got all those things here. PulseX, the PulseChain validators here on PulseChain 1. And the Pulse Bridge. So I do strongly recommend that you play around with those. I'll post this on the channel as well. And just make sure you have a good time with that. Bam. And you can hit that up. Let me get into some of the chat here. We've got a few comments going, so we're going to get into that. And Hex is just at 11.9 cents at the moment as well. Let's see what we got here. Tank Crypto says, "Wake up for the Hex nightcap." Says Tank's nice one. I like that. A good GTC. We'll catch up with the stream later, says Rich Girl. Hey, Rich Girl, appreciate it. And Francis is in the house there. What else we got? X Season says, number 1, work overtime now to buy more into the X system if you are long term. Agree with that, XC. That's good advice. What else we got going? I'm working, says Francis. Nice. Discord is an app to get, says it's down. Yeah, definitely. Property Reviews in the house says, great show. Appreciate that, Property Review. Always a pleasure to have you in. And I love your channel, by the way, as well. Looking at properties. I work at night time, says Francis. And what else we got? Go. I do soon. G'day. Oh, hey, we've got Par Excellence in the house. Hey, g'day. Par Excellence, good to see you. And I might as well have a drink right now. It's probably the way to go. And yeah, definitely get in and practice here on the stakes. Now we've got plenty of videos on this channel where we go through that. In fact, we might do a whole dedicated video again, do another one maybe tomorrow. So we'll probably go through the how-tos on tomorrow's video. That's probably a good idea. I like to do them every so often, every couple of days or so. Just so people get a chance to go through that step by step. So cool. Right. The other thing, of course, is get into Discord, and it's really a lot of fun. We've got 116 members now. Just get in there and get involved. Obviously, ask questions, post things that you think are cool around the ecosystem. The only thing I'd say is just be careful. Just if you find something suspect, just be careful not to post that, because obviously we want it to be a safe environment for people in there as well. At least until we find out some decent stuff there. Pretty funny there from Craig. Nice one. So yeah, got some cool stuff going on there. as well. So you can see it's getting pretty action packed. There's also bots in there as well, so we can do bots there on the gas prices. So you can just type in /gas, and you can get a bot there, the HODL bot there. It gives you updated gas prices. Also gives you prices for the market as well. So you can jump into the price chat there. You can see Hex HODL's in there big time. He's definitely one of the better posters in there at the moment. But you can go into there and go price. You can see it's going to pull up the exchange there, and you can check an exchange and check a pair. So that's stuff you can do. So you can do that, so those sort of things. Now I'm just going to go. You can do. Which one did I do earlier? Just remember that C. Yeah. So you can do instead of doing a price exchange, you can do C, and that will bring you up a pair. And so it removes moves the exchange, just does the pair. So we could do X and then USD, and then that will post the Hex chart there. So it's pretty cool to get in there, and some good robots in there that you can get information as well. So you can play around with that. So it's pretty cool on the HODL one there. So nice, and of course we've got a few other bots in there as well. Haven't got them fully operating, but the HODL one's going. That's the one you need. Got the gas prices, so we can do gas in there as well. So we do gas, as I said. We actually could do that in the general chat. Type the gas in there, and may go gas in the general chat there. There's two bots at the moment, but this one here is private, so we'll go to HODL and post that, and you'll see the gas prices pop up there. Really cool, because you'll see the recommended GUI at the moment, slow, medium, average, fast, but you also get the ETH transactions, what it costs to transfer, so about $2 at the moment. The ERC20 transactions, that's a bit more expensive, and then the Uniswap, which is probably the most interesting one there, $20 as well. So at the moment for a transfer at this GUI price, obviously that's pretty neat. So if you're going to interact with staking or something like that, this kind of gives you kind of an indication a little bit of what the price is, especially from the Uniswap one. So pretty nice there. So get in the chat, folks, as well. Hey, we just got up to 117, so very nice. The other thing, of course, is we're going to have the latest announcements there. So you'll get the latest YouTube videos. If you're having conversation in there, you'll get the latest YouTube videos and the Twitter one there as well. Twitter's also going to have Heinz Crypto YouTube channel, and also Gen Hex YouTube channel. And big shout out to Gen Hex, because Craig's going to be doing, not only is he doing the Sunday shows, which I think are mixed shows. I think they're panel shows and other shows, but he's also going to be doing a Wednesday night show now. So guys, starting this Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, we'll be doing a weekly show on the Gen Hex YouTube channel, and that's with Craig Wadding. Hope to see you all there. And of course, Wednesday nights with Heinz solo. So Heinz is going to be in that as well. So that's really cool. And so you're going to be able to get lots of alerts there as well. We're going to continue to expand this so that you guys get, create this as a great platform for YouTubing, for great insight as well. And of course, we'll be covering prices, charts, what's happening in PulseChain, the latest and greatest, good projects, all that good stuff. You can get in there and have a chat about that. And of course, with having more members as well, we'll probably have a lot more people that may have done something that maybe you're asking a question about, and we'll be able to help you with that. So pretty cool. You can see there's a couple of moderators in there already. There's also Hex Token members. If you're a Hex Token member, just let me know in the chat and we can assign you Hex Token member. That just gives you the extra perk there of the private channels there if you want to chat. But all the standard members are all in blue, and that's the majority of people at the moment. So cool. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. That was a cool way of going for it. And definitely the link to this presentation is in the video description. So definitely check that out as well. And you can share this video around, of course, as well. So cool. Let us jump over to more of the comments. We're going to leave it on the Hex price there and scroll it up. We'll probably put on the hourly chart, actually. And I don't think I've actually looked at Hedron. I'll see what the Hedron price is doing. Let's have a look at Hedron. We're going to close out of there and pull up the Hedron price. See where we are on there. Hedron, that's Hex price, Hedron V3. So we'll pull that over as well. Have a look at Hedron. Let me know in the chat if you're looking at picking up. Actually, I might do a little quick poll. Let's do a quick poll on that. That's a cool idea. We'll do a quick poll on that. Let's have a look here. So, are you looking to buy some following? All right, so right, so cool. Getting the poll, folks. We've got a little quick price poll there. See what people are doing at the moment. We've got it's going to pop up there. Are you looking to buy some of the following tokens soon? We've got Hex, Hedron, Hex, and Hedron, or other token there. Let us know. Fill out that poll. We'll see how you get on with that. Cool. So we've got Hedron here pulled up, and we've got the price at 14.87. But we've got a new day. A new day has dawned for Hedron. So the low price of yesterday was 13.52, but we're now at 14.87 and not looking too bad. Let's have a look on the hourly there. We're going to scroll that up and pull that up there on the hourly. I don't know what else did there. Did I auto log that? Auto logged. There we are. So we've got that coming up there on the hourly. You can see the price there at the moment. So cool. We're up at 17.45. Come all the way down there only a few hours ago. Actually, it wasn't too long ago since we got to that low of 13.54, but we're up quite a bit from there. Let's see what on percentage basis that would be. We're up 10% from where we were, but we're up about 13% on Hedron. The other thing is I like to always look and see how much Hedron's in the market. Almost 73 trillion. These are big numbers, though. They sound such big numbers. Almost 73 trillion Hedron. Just remember, compare that to what PulseChain, with the origin accounts, of course, at 133 trillion approximately, maybe lower, maybe as low as 131 trillion, depending on how much the AMM bot has to harvest, particularly if they don't do version 3 liquidity. I imagine it's going to be on the low end there, so maybe just over 1 trillion rather than 3.2 trillion. It might be about 1.5 or something like that, so the number could be slightly low on the PulseChain. And of course PulseX, maybe 121, 122 trillion on that, of course, with about 77% I think in the origin account. So that's coming up too. All right, so nice there. And of course our leaderboard, I'm so stoked about the leaderboard because on Hedron, because we've got Hex 19. I'm just so stoked about that. It's always nice to see good story happening in the community as well. And we've got all these addresses there as well. I don't suspect a lot of these tokens will move for a long time in most of these wallets, to be honest. So that's my expectation. Obviously, my own thoughts on that as well. Cool. So Hex at 11.97, Hedron at 14.87, and of course Maximus doing absolutely smashing it. Maximus is smashing it. Obviously, when you've got big YouTubers like Crypto Copy and stuff, talking about it, that's a pretty big deal. And you're getting a wide range there as well. So pretty nice there. Let's get into the chat there. Let me know here. Good morning, Mr. Faraj is in the house from India. Good to see you, Mr. Faraj. Calcutta, India. It's great having at least two people from Calcutta, India as regular people that watch the show. So a big shout out for that. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, Brownie says the Discord is great. Yeah, talking about Discord. So definitely get into Discord. It really is we're going to make it this really thrive. And as PulseChain's coming, it's going to really explode then too. And of course, if you want to get lots of cool little ideas from different people in the community, obviously people are mucking around doing all sorts of stuff. So hopefully you'll get that too. So definitely get in there. Jack says, for someone who just sacrificed a PulseChain, what do you think of just staking that on PLSX to earn PLSX? For PulseChain, staking the PLX. Yeah, if you've got PLX to earn PLX, I would definitely do that, Jack. That's a very good strategy. Yeah, absolutely agree. Get Tangent on a Gen Hex stream. Says it's now. Yeah, that's a good idea. What else we got going there? It's now says Pulse Superman rocks. Woo-hoo-hoo. Hey, it's now. I appreciate that. And what else we got? Par Excellent says that massive liquidity sell wall on the Hedron ETH pair is a worry. Says Par. Yeah, I didn't actually pull that up, but we probably talk about that. We've got the pulled Hedron in there is 108 million there. So I mean, this is the US. This is not the Hex pair. The Hex pair is another one. So we'll just try and pull that up. Hedron Hex. That's the version 3. That's 2.98. So Hedron USDC's got 1.9 in it. Hedron Hex on V3 has got 2.9 million in it. So yeah, 2.8 million in the liquidity there, popping up there. Are there many trades on this? 1, 6, 6. Not many trades on that actually. Pretty low volume on that one. 78, and then hedge on USD is that's where most of the volume is traded. 580, and you've got 649 as well. And I haven't got. I don't think this shows the liquidity wall. I'll have to go into Uniswap to see liquidity walls on it. But yeah, I've seen that commented before there by Excellence about the wall. Gen Hex says if real PulseX does as well as PulseX, I can retire my entire family as 2 years. Actually, let's do that, man. Let's look at that, of course. Oh, by the way, the fantasy trade for PulseX, I've done it. I'm sorry. I was going to do it on live stream, but I couldn't resist, man. I couldn't resist. We had made so much money. You know how we're doing the Pulse. This is a community thing. We're doing this fantasy trades on PulseX. In other words, it's not real. But we turned $100,000 into 800,000. We invested that in PulseX, but the PulseX price went down, and we were down about 170,000. So we're at about $630,000. So we're actually on the wrong end. We're out of the money. But I earlier today, I managed to sell PulseX, and I'm not sure what it's worth now. But I sold. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. That is. So that's it. I sold it for $930,000 Now worth $2.6 million. The Pulse. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy stuff there. I'm not going to trade that again. That's crazy stuff. Now, if I turn that to US dollars, what will that give me? US dollars. That's crazy. We just made up to 2.7 million. We're killing it here, folks. Let's see if it holds the value in there where we get 2.6 million there. So I don't know. What do you think I should trade it for the USDC or the PulseX? Let me know. We're up to $2.6 million on our fantasy trade. It is going all through the roof. I just noticed that earlier day. I only did it a couple hours ago. We're at 930,000. Somebody's been trading big stuff here on the testnet. I did see someone mention that on Richard Hart's live stream. So yeah, cool. We could trade that for either USDC or PulseX on the looks of it. I'm not sure what the slippage is. No, slippage says a minimum receives 2.6 mil. So that should be okay. 1.5% price impact. If I sold it to PulseX, it's going to be man, 930 million PulseX. That's going to be a 0.27% slippage. So looking pretty good there. 2.6 million. Might take me 3. Damn, which are 3 haven't liked yet. Yeah, smash the like, subscribe buttons, definitely. Am I Hex Token member? Says Genuine. I think you are Genuine. Let me look at Genuine's in the house there. I just saw that now. No, you are not a Hex Token member. You can be a Discord member. You can be a subscriber. So you're probably a subscriber there, Genuine. But if you want to be a Hex Token member, you got to hit the join button for that. And we've got PulseKins, Hexkins, and Richard Hart Club. So 3 ways of doing that as well. What else have we got going there? Now you can be if you want to. Yeah, you can be if you want to. Hex Hodl's talking about P33. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We'll get into that because that chart's been pretty insane. But anyway, let me know in the chat. I'll just jump through that. I'll come back to that one there. Nice one. What a great day. Okay, I'm going to trade this for 2.659, and USDC was how much? USDC was 6.62. So I might just trade that back into PulseX, and we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We're going to trade that back into PulseX. Bam. And we're not locking in the volume though, of course. We'll keep that up there. Actually, I might just go to see what the token is worth at the moment on the tokens there. Look at that volume on there. Woohoo! Oh man, 1.83 billion in trading volume. Man, oh man, that'd be insane in the membrane. Let's do that. That would be amazing. So 1.96 is it? 1.83. So 1.83, and that would be times 700. That would be a $1.3 million burn that day on PulseX if we got that 1.83. $1.3 million burn right there. That's awesome, man. Wow. No wonder the prices are pumped. Pulse. What else we got? PulseX up 126%. Rat Pulse up 147. I had switched into Pulse there, so that's why we're doing so well. And the Pulse price at the moment, 009 on Pulse and 0029 on the testnet for PulseX. So pretty interesting there. Nice. Hex is at $1.02 there at the moment, which would be pretty nice. Sure, we're pretty happy with the dollar Hex. So cool on that. And I haven't swapped it, have I? So let me swap. I should probably swap it into US dollars, I think. I think I should probably swap it in US dollars. I don't know if anyone's made any comment about that. It is a way to go there. We'll see how we get on. Got the Hex HODL there, cool. So bam, and with PulseX we're going to get 9. I don't even remember how much I sold, how much we actually sold under PulseX, but that's 9. If I go to US dollars though, we'll be able to secure that price as well. So USDC, we'll do that, why not? And we'll lock that in. $2.6 million, we'll take that, and we're going to swap that in, and away we go. Bam. All right, hopefully that works. 2.69. Otherwise we're going to get wrecked. If there's a bit of a mistake there, we'll get wrecked. Let's see what do we got there. Yeah, we got it. 2.6 million. Woohoo! All right, so we have killed it, folks. We got it from $100,000 on our fantasy trade. Now we got 2.6 million USDC in there now. Very, very cool. Now, hopefully we'll wait till Pulse and PulseX fall in value, and then we'll be able to really kill it on the dollars. I think now we've got new ambition. Like we were trying to get to $1 million. We got $2.6 million. I think our next target is $10 million. $10 million, and I feel that's our next target. Now let's see what we can do there. I'm going to wait to Pulse and PulseX for the price pullback. I'm going to see how that gets on. So pretty cool. Nice one there. We made good money, team, as we say. Late to the party, says Gonzo. You're never late. We're still rocking it on. 1 hour and 5 minutes. We're still killing it here. PulseX prices have been going up. They have been, absolutely. And Hex HODL says LMFAO says yeah. My birthday is the 5th of May, says Francis. What else we got going there? Not yet in Discord, will be tomorrow, says Hex God Turtle. Fantastic, Hex God Turtle, that'd be cool. And jump into Discord. Say hello, we've got 170 members so far. We're going to keep building that. Cowabunga says Hex God Turtle. Yeah, we've up to $2.6 million on our Play Wallet here, Fantasy Trade. We've only got a little bit of other stuff here. We're mucking around with a few of those tokens as well. All right, so let's close out of that, and we're going to jump over to, where was I heading? I was heading over to, we're going to talk about the price. That's right, we want to look up the P33 price. Now, we're going to go to Discord there. We're going to go into price chat with Hex HODL there. Here is the chart you requested. View this chart live. So this is the Hex one. Oh, that's the one I did. So Hex HODL's got the one here. This is just been launched, isn't it? P33. And so we're going to scroll up to the top here. I think P33, we're going to go all the way up. Bam. And P33. So this is on PancakeSwap. This is run by FreePulse.io, the one that's trying to do the onboarding and the FP sacrifice. This is run by Victor and Felix, XOG Wales, who made these websites, and also I think one of them also does the stuff for Richard with the hex.com and stuff like that. This is the one here. Obviously, let's have a look at this one. This is the website, pulse33.com. Now, the price has rallied big time, so I wouldn't be recommending buying it on the rally. They are looking at trying to hit $10. So capital need to get P33 to $10. Capital need to get P33 to $1,000. So that's the idea there. It's up 56 cents at the moment. And that's where it's at. So cool. Not sure if we can go on that one there. So 56 cents at the moment. It's had a bit of a rally though. It's basically, it was worth nothing, right? So it's basically worth nothing. It's now worth 56 cents at the moment. So it's up 3.3 million% for the looks of it already. So just be careful with after you've had a big run up. Now, obviously, this is the capital, 60,000 they needed, they said at this stage. I think this is static data. Just be careful there. But if you want to talk more about that, get into the price chart and talk to Hex HODL about that. But like I said, after a big run up, you do need to take a little bit of care. Good thing I got in again at 31 cents after getting out at 59, and now 60% up low. So Hex HODL's got in early there and playing it well from the looks of it. So congratulations, Hex HODL, there for as well. So there'll be a few in the price chat. That's where you're going to be able to see new projects. Talk about prices of obviously Hex and PulseChain and stuff like that when it comes out, but also some of the other projects that are launching around at this stage. So cool, nice one. There's a lot more details on that one, and you can find all the details in the chat there. So cool, to the moon. All right, Pulse 33. That is the one there. Cool. Now, I think they're going to copy that over to PulseChain, that particular project, so we'll see how we get on. we're up to this one. Says Hex God says, man, I should have just allocated some of my PLSX real money to Hex Token for investing last. Says JK says Hex God. Yeah, that's the way. But it was a fantasy trade. It's a community trade, the Hex God. Where is the join button? Says Genuine. So the join button is up on the channel there. Let's just pull that up on YouTube, and we'll go to Hex Token on there. So if you go to Hex Token channel, if you hit the join button on the right there, the blue button, obviously subscribe. But if you hit the join button there, that will bring up 3 options: PulseChain, Hexkins, Richard Hart Club. You'll be able to do that. I can't make that work because I'm not signed in here on this computer, because it's kind of anonymous, this computer. Well, at least as anonymous as I can make it. So it's got no join. You have to hit the join button there. Cool one, gentlemen. The other thing, of course, there's obviously different perks on that, but also getting access to the Hex Token channel member. You'll end up with a purple name once you come over, once I identify you. There is a link on the community tab as well for the Hex Token channel members, which will allocate them straight away. All right, we've got our poll going up, folks. So let's hit this. 15 minutes ago, 34 votes. Are you looking to buy some of the following tokens soon? We're going to keep that going while we're live streaming. So get into the poll. We've got 35 votes already. Let's get into the comment. Connors in the house says, what have you done to build up 2 million USDC in the play? What? We started off with 100,000, and I think we had 100 million PulseX, and that was given to us by someone in the community. I just forget who they are. I recognize them once they're in the chat there, but they gave us 100 million. And then, of course, we ended up turning that 100 million into 600. 100 million PulseX. We turned it into from $100,000 into $600,000. Then we did some yield farming with it, and we lost 13,000 yield farming. That was not fun, but we lost 10,000. And then we ended up putting that into Algo. We put it into Algo on the PulseX, so Algo there. Let's go to Algo. I think we might be able to find that on the list there. I think it's still around, Algo. There's Algo there, number 10 still. So we put it into Algo. It's up 363%. That might be a good play to make again, actually. So we put it into Algo, and we ended up we put it into Algo, and we ended up going from 587 up to 800,000. So we ended up with 800,000. We took out 800,000. We had a community poll, and we voted on that, I believe, and we tried to get hit $1 million. So we ended up buying PulseX with our US dollars. So we sold Algo, I think, into US dollars, and then we ended up buying PulseX. And we just sold PulseX. We thought I was up when I did it earlier today. It was up at $970,000. So we hadn't hit the $1 million, but it seems that between the time when I sold it into Pulse, I sold PulseX into Pulse at $963,000. I think it was. We ended up just seeing now that it had rallied massively, and so the 963,000 or whatever it was, 983,000 was now worth 2.6 million, and that's just in the last couple of hours. We saw that on the trade volume. Somehow someone's been on there playing around, and there's massive volume on there, and you can see the price pumps going on there. So we just killed it, and ended up with 2.6 million now in our play wallet. And so now our next target is, now that we're getting richer, we've got bigger targets, right? So we're going to head towards 10 million as our next target. We've got US dollars at the moment, so that's not going to worry. I hope for a nice pullback in the market after this massive pump up. Wait for a nice pullback from this pump up. And look at that increase there on the liquidity as well. Just massively increased. So we might have to go hunting there. With $2.6 million, though, we've got a new problem, right? We've got a new problem. And the new problem is that we can only go in different pools here. We only got pools. We need pools with a lot of liquidity, a lot of turnover volume. Now that we got $2.6 million, we need to play around with the bigger pools, because otherwise we could easily move to Algo pool, but the price levels are pretty big. So we got to think about that. New problems for rich people, as we would say. New problems. Right next to the subscribe button, absolutely PS333 in nice Hex Total. David Gomez says hit the like button. Absolutely, we got the 56 likes, so definitely get into that, folks. And what else we got going? To the moon, Hex Total, to the moon. Yeah, well done, well played, Hex Total. You got in on that early, so congratulations to you. So it looks like you've double traded that, so nice. Jamie says hit the like. Yeah, definitely hit the like there. Genuine says I must be going mad. Can only see subscribe button. I've subscribed and all notifications. Can't see a join button. next to subscribe, and my own iPhone can I see it on a computer. That's kind of weird. Maybe check on one of the videos. Click on one of the videos. You might see a join button there, Genuine, as well. You may need to be signed in. As long as you're signed in to Genuine, that's probably the case there. Craig says, after 2 a.m. here, I get up for work in 4 hours. Good night, all. We'll watch the rest tomorrow. Hex Token A. Hex Token Indians are the Hexicans A. All the best, Craig. Sleep well, and catch you on the other side. Yes, on PC is just to the left of the subscribe button. That's true. Join the Discord and we will get you there in a jiffy. Says it's now. Nice one. Discord is an app to get on your phone. Absolutely. And V3 testnet soon, says J-Man. Yeah, I think Richard was still up in the air about that, right? You really still didn't give us a lot of disclosure about the V3 in today's one that I recall in the conversation. He did touch that briefly. Someone asked him about V3. Still somewhat vague on that one. We'll have to wait and see where he heads. Okay, 20 minutes ago, 41 votes. And of course, are you looking to buy some of the following tokens soon? We've got 63%. We'll probably end up closing this. Let's close this poll and see what the results are. Woo-hoo-hoo. Nice one. All right, yeah, once again, Hex that's sitting at 11.89 cents and Hedron at 14.66. Yeah, it looks like Maximus and P33 are the highlights of the day so far in terms of performance from the looks of it. We'll jump to the general chat there. Put the poll there. Okay, so are you looking to buy some of the following tokens soon? We've got 63%. We've got 41 votes. 63% said Hex. You're looking to buy Hex. So some of those people may be waiting for a little bit, even the price to go back even further, possibly, or maybe they're just waiting for some income to come in. Who knows? Hex and Hedron, 17%. So buying both tokens, so that's I guess that includes that would be 80% are looking to buy Hex, pretty much, I guess, and then Hedron, they're 7%. So that would be about 23% or 24% all up for buying Hedron, and 12% buying other tokens. So pretty interesting stuff there. All right, cool. Hey, we've got Genuines in the house there, so nice. We're gonna show Genuine some welcome there. Very cool. What else we got there? Superman's in the house, and we'll go. Yeah, I think that's cool. We'll post up some Heinz crypto as well. Nice. Right, so welcome to the family there. Moving on, nice on that, and we've got so many comments in there. Cool. All right, so let's go to the chat there, and we got Genuine. I already joined Discord. Only 55 people joined. There's 117 people in Discord. So there's 117 people, and we just opened it yesterday. So yeah, it's going good, going very good. Hex God Turtle says, did Richard Hart say we would have a V3? He's still pretty grey about that. He hasn't really commented too much. What we do know is that on excuse me, we do know that on the Sacrifice wallet that they're still talking about the V3 on there, but I think there could always be a bit of miscommunication between what's in here on the Sacrifice here and what Richard's talking about. So we'll see. So the testnet balance you see in testnet V3 might not match what you see below. Iteration Sacrifice starts set before testnet 3 is released. So it's still a bit vague. I haven't seen anything of clarity yet from that. So that's just where we're at this stage. Woo-hoo-hoo, says no, absolutely. And Hex Gotter says, look at Hex Token, go baby, go, says Hex Gotter. Yeah, that's right. Love your streams. Love to see your shows. Much appreciated, sir, says Mr. Frost. I appreciate that. Hey, we're going to wrap up now. We're coming up to an hour and 20. But definitely get into Discord. We're going to be there 24/7, man, and we're going to keep on rocking this up for sure. So this is going to continue to grow. We only just started into day 2 on the Discord. So spread it around, and we're going to try and make this as safe a place as we can, a place that's full of good information about everything you can possibly ask around PulseChain ecosystem that Richard Hart's building out, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. Cool. Genuine says we'll try on PC. Nice one, Genuine. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's coming up on an hour and 20. You know how we roll. So I'm just going to say thanks, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the soundtrack, Feeding the Ducks. That is a popular one. Well, it's actually the one we play all the time. but that's the way we go. All right, so thanks for watching, everybody. Take care out there. It's what day is it? It's Tuesday the 19th here, 6:25 p.m. We're at the beginning of the world here, and of course 6:25 in the evening, dinner time for me, and I got to feed the cat as well. So the cat needs to be fed, and I'm sure you guys agree that is a priority. So nice one. Let's see the emojis. Going to post if your Hex Token channel member. Smash up those emojis as always. And yeah, the presentation that we did today, this one here. Is in the chat there. So cool. Actually, I need to just jump to it on the slide here. Bam. This one here is in the video description, so you can access that now and have a check through that in your own time as well. Hexodl says good work. I appreciate it, Hexodl, and we will catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye for now. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Let us go. Let us go. Let us go. Done with the ducks. Time to feed the cats now. See, it's now. That's true. And Hexodl's got the emojis in the house as well. It's now too. Looking good there with the emojis. Looking strong. All right. Bye for now. Take care out there. Woohoo! One more month. I guess we're getting closer. We're getting closer.